Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to Heroes Hour! Some of you guys might remember this as a title I covered back in early 2022 when the game first launched. But for those of you who missed that video, this game is very heavily inspired by the classic Heroes of Might and Magic. Though as you're going to see, the combat is very different from that game, in my opinion, in a pretty cool way. Now, the reason this is coming back up on the channel now is because the publisher, Goblin Studio, has offered to sponsor today's video to draw attention to a half-off sale that is going on during the week of December 11th. At the time that this video is getting published. So if you guys want to pick up the game for yourself, there will be a link in the description down below and you can get the game on sale right now. But also, they want to point out that there are now modding capabilities added directly to the game through their partnership with CurseForge. And here is the modding menu, where you can see that yes, it is connected to the CurseForge website, and here are some example mods you could play with. Now, modding was always a thing with the Steam Workshop, so you could always do some of that, but now there's another avenue for publishing and creating mods. So if that's something that entices you, either because of the extra flavor, or maybe you want to create mods of your own, that's something you'll want to check out. For this video, though, we're going to be playing with a standard unmodded game, so I can show off what this game has to offer, and you can think through the possibilities yourself. Let's go for a 4-player game, and this particular game I'm going to play as the Pyre faction. Decay is still my personal favorite, but this is a close second, where I can summon demonic hordes that rampage across the world. For our starting hero, we're going to be playing with Teanot over here, and you can see all the different skills that she'll be able to learn in contrast with some of the other characters. She's going to start with Demonology, which is going to allow us to start building up our demon ranks very quickly, plus Necromancy will also be very useful for lots of free monsters. And then we'll be able to eventually start transforming them too to make them even stronger. So basically, this character is all about summoning huge armies and then getting stronger after every combat. A very aggressive playstyle, and that works well for me. Let's go ahead and play on a hardcore difficulty. Sure, why not? And welcome to the game. We can see our starting city, Tortura, over here, all right? And here you can go ahead and build out some upgrades for your city that are going to help you for the rest of the game. For example, I'll pick up the Ever-Burning Flame, which gives us some extra sulfur generation per day. That's one of these strategic resources that we are very much going to need. You can also get some buildings that let you train up additional units, some special upgrades, more spells, or other things that are going to help boost up your economy. You can also train units at your city. So, for example, we can get ourselves 15 more imps, and I'll go ahead and do that and add that onto our hero's army. Now, the way that this game works is every day is a turn. At the beginning of every week, you replenish however many units are available to train up. So every week is when you can start really building up your forces. The more buildings you have, or the more upgraded they are to allow for better units or more types of units, the faster you can snowball your army. All of that ends up being very good. But the first few turns of the game are usually spent just exploring, looking for some resources and some points of interest we want to capture. For example, I see a red obelisk over here. We should go ahead and immediately talk to this. This is going to start revealing some treasure. All right, if we can go treasure hunting and find some really powerful artifacts for my hero, that could be very useful. But right now, it's pretty obscured. We need to find more of these gems right here, which will help clear things up. Let's grab some mercury, a treasure chest. I'll get the XP. This levels up my character. I'm going to grab the learning skill so we get 25% more experience and level up even faster. That said, after this, we'll focus mostly on boosting up demonology and necromancy from here on out. We'll go ahead and move down this direction. I want to grab this obelisk over here to clarify the treasure, but that's fine. We will end our turn. We're fighting against the Arcane Delirium and the Horde. Okay, that's fine. Pick this up. Okay, this is a little bit clearer than before, but not by much. An imp cache. Yeah, but it's very heavily defended. Can't do anything about that right now. We'll go to get some gold and pick up a camp for some extra movement. We'll go over here, grab more gold. There's some wood over here, which I guess we can pick up, though it's a little out of the way. A tunnel leading to another realm. Okay, that'll be important. Speaking of important, let's go back to our city, because we need this next upgrade, and this is one of the most important things we can do. We want the Demonic Pact. Why? Well, because for our hero, we start with that demonology skill I was telling you about, and normally the way this works is at the end of combat, you will gain some experience depending on the number of units that you defeat. This would allow us to sacrifice some of that experience to get some replacement units. However, with the Demonic Pact, this no longer costs any of my experience, and we get more units. And we also get mana regeneration for my hero. So basically, after every combat, we're just going to get stronger, especially if I didn't lose a lot of combat power to begin with. Very important for our build. Let's grab this wood. We're going to start moving over in this direction, I guess. Don't worry too much about the roving army. In our city, we want to go ahead and pick up probably the Guild of Mages? Yeah, sure, that's probably okay. That means we can train some more spells for our hero, but it's going to lead to a couple of very important upgrades, which I'll talk more about as we get closer to them. All right, I probably can reach some of this obelisk and see if we can get some more clues for our treasure. So let's get up over here. Doesn't really clarify too much. All right, what do we have here, by the way? A potential sulfur mine. Yes, please. All right, so of all the strategic resources we can get as the Pyre faction, sulfur is easily the most important, and you'll see why once we get down to this Infernal Gate, but we're a little way away from that still. I am going to get the Magma Grave next. This is a special kind of infirmary. It captures the souls of my units when they die, and once we get enough of them, we get a free Magmol unit. Just means that even when we lose people, we start getting efficient, right? We get a little bit of more value out of them. That's what this is all about, right? It's all about trying to be as efficient and Horde-like as possible. The more units we have, the better. Let's build out this sulfur mine. You can see the teleporting thing right here, and now some sulfur will start getting teleported back to our base. Excellent. Clarify the vision even further. Hold on. Have we seen this before? Because I feel like we have. It's this area, isn't it? Right over here is going to be the treasure? Well, great. That's about as far away from me as I can possibly get. Thanks for that. All right. Alchemy Lab, unprotected. Grab, thank you. All right, so now we're starting to get some mercury per day as well. Up over here, I guess I will pick up the Marketplace, or maybe the Flame Lake or something. Let's get the Flame Lake just so I can get some more units. We'll go ahead and hire them, but we'll leave them in the city until I get a little bit closer. End of the turn, I'll pick up some of this crystal and this sulfur. I want to go and fight some of these guys and pick up some more points of interest. It is very important we do that. I can't reach the ore because this army is blocking me. All right, thanks for that. Can't reach here. Can get all the way to this crystal, though. All right, we'll go ahead and pick this up. And then in our city, I guess now I'll go ahead and grab the Marketplace so I can trade resources if needed. War Academy, extra attack, extra spell power, or some defense. Let's go for the extra attack, I think. That's probably going to be fine. And then next turn, we might be able to get that Infernal Gate if I can just buy a little bit more of the ore, which we'll worry about in just a minute. Let's go back to the city, by the way, and grab my units. Since we're really close, we can go ahead and drop those off with my hero. And now we have a little bit more power to work with. We probably could even fight some of these little guys, like this right here, and grab myself an ore quarry, which would be one way of getting the ore that I'm looking for. Not a bad plan. Almost the end of the week, by the way, so soon our units are going to regenerate. Let's go ahead and grab this ore, get over here, and get into our first combat. So unlike Heroes of Might and Magic, right, this game is not going to have the turn-based combat that you might be used to. Instead, it's kind of more like an auto-battler, where we can set up our units, and then we can just kind of let them duke it out while we cast some spells. I'm going to go ahead and move to defend mode right now. Let's start the battle, and you can see they're spawning all their units over here as well and rushing toward me. One very powerful spell that we start with is called Fire Trapping, which teleports enemy units across the battlefield where I want them to go. Now, for melee units like this, it's not usually that big of a deal. We can kind of split their forces so we can deal with these guys quickly and then focus the rest of them down. This is really good when they have a lot of casters or range units that are poorly defended, and we can just drop them off in the middle of all of my units and crush them all. Really, really good. All right, so we have lost about 4 imps, but that overall is not too bad. We gained some experience, and now you can see that we can summon some additional units. It doesn't cost me any XP. I could get myself a couple of Ash Demons or some more of these Flame Jugglers. Let's go for a couple of Ash Demons. That's fine. Grab the Ore Quarry. It is mine. Grab some ore. Thank you. All right. We seriously do need to start making our way over here. We can see apparently it's faster to teleport up here and then run this way. That's a little bit weird, but all right. So let's go to the city because now I want to get that Infernal Gate. This is amazing for us. This is going to let us place a gate on a battlefield and just summon free units right behind their front lines. So that's going to distract them with a lot of free stuff. And, best of all, if we spend some sulfur, we can start upgrading it. This is why sulfur is so very important for this faction. So now by spending, let's say, 10 sulfur, I can summon some Demonoms, some Flame Jugglers, and some Imps. And if we spend more, they just get better. We can get all the way to the highest possible tiers. Free units. Oh my gosh, it's so stinking good. Getting a little bit closer to the treasure. Let's go ahead and boost up our gold income a little bit. We can now hire some more units. Let's go ahead and hire everything I can. We'll save those for when my hero comes back so we can start conquering the rest of the stuff. By the end of the second week, you really want to have a strong economy so you can start thinking about how you're going to be fighting against the other players. We're not quite there yet, though, but soon enough. I think the treasure is going to be like right in the bottom right corner-ish. Yeah, there we go. We can press this button, dig for riches. There's the treasure. What do we get? Rabbit's Turban, royalty skill, and some defense. Okay, sure. Rabbit's Feet, some estate skill, some gold, some sulfur, a treasure chest. I can't even reach it this turn. Well, thank you for that. Let's go ahead and get the Hall of Demons, so I'll be able to hire, let's say, some Demon Tamers or some Demon Carers. I'd rather get the Demon Tamers for the extra summoning. We don't need to do healing. I just need to have a lot of these guys to summon more free units. The Emerald Band, more knowledge. Yeah, sure, all right, why not? Some more crystal, cool, okay. All right, let's start heading back to our capital, and we're going to start conquering some stuff. This should be all we need to really start beating the snot out of everybody. Grab the Blood Cell, which is going to mean that we get a little bit of extra health and damage during combat as my units start to die, and there's going to be a lot of them who die. Let's try attacking some of these dwarves over here. Might be a little bit risky, but that's fine. We've got this Infernal Gate. I'm going to drop this right over here. We're actually going to just kind of take all of my units like so and just kind of tuck them away in a corner and go on defend. I want this to distract them and do a lot of free damage while I summon units. Then we will go on the offense, right? So we'll do this. And I'll also take Fire Trapping to grab all your range units and then just drop them off right here. Boom! Kill them all! See? There we go. This is the power of this build. It's kind of ludicrous. All right, now we can go on the attack, and you can see how this is kind of going to work. We could also summon some extra imps, which I guess I'll do mostly to kind of distract these guys a little bit while we kind of take these guys off. I want to lose as few units as possible, but if you lose a lot of our imps, not a big deal. I need to keep these Demon Tamers alive for a bit longer, though. That's going to be very important. And it looks to me like we should be able to win this fight without too much issue. I'll summon a few extra imps just to kind of throw them off, get them nice and surrounded, and there we go. All right, so we got a lot of XP. That's great. We'll have to summon probably just a few extra of these Flame Stokers. I level up. Let's get Demonology to level 2. Reason why, we're going to be able to start summoning more powerful demons, including those Demon Tamers, and those are very, very strong in the early game. We actually leveled up twice. Well, what do you know? Let's go ahead and pick up probably Learning again or Necromancy now? I'm going to get one more level of Learning. That's a bit risky, but I'm going to take it, and then we'll go for Necromancy. Now we grab the Mines. Boom. Beautiful. And we can get back up here and fight some more. Let's do it. We're going to follow the basic same strategy, to be honest. I know I don't have as many units, but it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and place this right here, set you guys to defensive, and let them do their thing. Then we're going to take a bunch of these guys and just drag them on in and try to crush them all. Perfect. All right, see how this is just spawning some free units? When this starts getting really powerful, right, popping out very good, strong units, it becomes ludicrously good. Absolutely insane. But for now, these are just some very basic imps. We can win this fight. Thank you. I get a fair bit of XP out of the arrangement. Let's start getting some Lords of the Pit. These are the upgraded versions of the Demon Tamers, and they're just going to start summoning more stuff. So, yeah, get a whole load of these for free, an army of nothing but these, and you can start obliterating everything in sight. Let's go ahead and pick up a level of Necromancy. Excellent. We'll grab the treasure chest. I will take the gold and the mercury. To be honest, probably the gold, and then the crucible would allow us to summon demons using sulfur, mana, and gold. I don't feel like I want to do that. I don't even have any mana to begin with. Okay, good. So this is a good start. I'm going to grab the Chamber of Rituals so we can get a free level up the next time we pop by the town. I'm missing one more sulfur in order to get myself the next upgrade, which would be ideal, but all right. Moving along, I want to continue getting things like these sawmills and so on. There's also a couple more treasure chests that I should be able to get. Do I care about getting the gold mine? The answer is yeah, but it's still a kind of hard fight. We can run all the way up here, though, by using our teleporting skill, which is great, or I could get to the capital city and get a free level up, which I guess I'd rather do. Devour now? No. Let's go ahead and grab Demonology level 3, and then I'm going to go fight these guys as soon as I see if I can get any more units. I cannot. All right, fair enough. Do we want to get a tavern for another hero? No, I'll get the demon pull over here, hire some of these units, add them onto my hero, then we'll go over here. We'll fight these guys next. Same deal as before. But with these Lords of the Pit, we should start getting much, much stronger. Let's go ahead and place this so it's nicely in their way. Go in defense. and then we'll just draw some of them in so we can pick them off piecemeal. Kind of like so. Perfect. Go ahead and beat these guys down. These are actually some fairly strong units, so we got to be a little bit scared of them, but I think we are going to be okay. Actually, these guys are doing a lot more damage than I think I was expecting. Wow, okay, we lost one of our lords. That sucks, but all right, that's fine. We can still summon more. Get me 2 more of those right there. And with Necromancy, now we can start summoning up some extra stuff, like some Shadermanders or some Skeletons. But I don't have enough mana to do this right now. Instead, I'll go ahead and drain them and just start replenishing my mana. So now we either can get more units or we can just start replenishing our mana so I can cast lots of skills. That's where Necromancy ends up being pretty good. Let's see. We can go for something like Fire Heart, which is going to give all of our units a chance of setting enemies on fire. And I am going to do this for a little bit of an early advantage. Grab the treasure. I will take the Mercury. I will get down to the Jar of Pandora. 20 more movement. Or some Ice Sculptors. These guys are pretty good, I'll give them that. But I'm going to take the movement so I can really run all over the place. A bunch more XP is never something I am sad to see. We could free some units over here. This might be worthwhile. Let's try for it. Hopefully we don't lose too much in the arrangement. Let's get 2 more Lords of the Pit. Let's drain for some extra mana. Again, let's free some hostages. We get a couple of Pyre Beasts. Not worth an absolute ton. We could actually go fight this roaming army, and I think what is that? A silver band. I don't know what that does. All right, let's go ahead and fight the roaming army. It says we might be able to win this. I'm a little bit nervous still, but with the power of the gate and all these summoners, which, by the way, we have 5 of them now, we should be okay. Let's go on the defense. These are range units. I'm going to go ahead and definitely draw a bunch of them directly into me so we can kill them quickly. Then we'll go on the attack, and I probably would like to do something else like cast Weakness or whisk away some of their enemies. No, I think we're out of mana too. We don't really have much else we can do. Let's just go ahead and try to kill them. They're casting some spells of their own. This is going to be a tough fight, but I probably can get a ton of experience if I can win this. And my Lords of the Pit are actually fairly strong in their own right. Not only they're summoning units of their own, but they got a lot of health and they do a whole lot of damage. So we win that fight, not a huge deal. We didn't even lose anything. Beautiful. That's just free XP. Free real estate for me. More Lords of the Pit, more mana. Thank you. And we could go for Devour now, or I can go for another level of the Necromancy. I'm going to go ahead and do that so we can summon either better units or just drain more mana. And look at all the goodies we found. Gold, treasure chests. Yes, thank you. What is this? A trinket. 200 daily gold income. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'll take that. And then we get a Conjurer's Cape. I don't even know where these treasures are coming from, but I'm not upset about it. I'm very happy to see them, actually. Let's go and get the lumber. I've got no lumber production whatsoever over here. And I will take a tavern. This allows me to recruit some heroes at the cost of some gold. We don't have a very good hero over here, only level 1. Very weak, actually. But we'll go ahead and recruit this hero. Comes with a few extra units. Okay. I'm not going to use this hero for combat, though. This hero's purpose exclusively is to make me some money, and also to make me some extra sulfur. So I will give all of my free units over here to the main hero, then run up over here, and we're going to set up camp. What this does is boost up the nearest mine to produce extra resources. So there we go. Now we should be producing a little extra sulfur per turn. Speaking of which, let's go back to the Infernal Gate and upgrade the Demonoms over here so they're even stronger. If I can get myself 11 sulfur, we can upgrade to the Canines. Easily win the fight for the lumber mill. Cost me nothing. We just get free Lords of the Pit for that. Beautimous. Now we can also start summoning some much stronger units, but no, we'll just keep draining for a little bit longer. I just care about mana, more spells, win more important fights. Let's go move toward the gold. I should be able to reach that this turn. I love being able to teleport between my mines. It means that we really have a load of mobility. Still losing maybe a couple of little imps here and there. Overall, not a huge deal. That's 5,500 more XP, more Lords of the Pit for me. Keep replenishing that mana. Beautimous. Let's go move on to the Devour skill. So now we can kill off our own units, but we do that to give our hero permanent stat increases, which can make them a true terror on the battlefield. Let's get that gold mine, and good thing I did that because I would not have been able to do that and also grab the gold over here. Okay, and then back at the capital, let's get the Palace of Pyre, which boosts up my gold income per day by another 1,000. That's good. Start of another week means that we are able to recruit more units. Let's grab the gold, the Axe of the Slayer. Okay. And at this point, I think I've conquered almost everything I care about, with the exception of these scary dragons over there. Crucible, blah, blah, blah. We can't really fight over these tunnels, unfortunately. We can't go to the imp cache, though, I guess. And even though I don't necessarily need this, more units is more units. I'll take it. So let's go ahead and take everybody we've got, bring them up to these walls, and move the Infernal gate behind the walls, which is going to distract the defenders pretty substantially. We can also go ahead and plan on doing a quick devour. What do I want to devour, do you think? Well, you can see here as I hover over my units, if we devour, let's say, all of these, that's a pretty huge hit for me, but I get a permanent +4 attack and +4 defense on my hero. Not sure that I necessarily want to do that much, but you get the idea. We could eat at least a couple of my mag moles, or we could eat off the rest of these pathetic little imps. They're not very strong to begin with. Yeah, let's do this. We eat all those units. Yeah, I know. That's a lot. It sounds stupid. But if we keep doing this once per day, my hero is just going to get really, really tanky. And besides, yeah, we're devouring units, but I'm also summoning more units. Who really cares? What else should we upgrade over at our capital? We could get the Hell Pit to get some copperas. Those are pretty good. A fort, a hospital. Gate to Hell, a little too expensive, I think. Let's go ahead and grab the Hell Pit, and I will choose the copperas as my units. These guys are pretty strong. I'm going to hire as many units as I can, and then let's send them to go join the hero. And I feel like we kind of have to take a risk and try to break free of this island somehow. Otherwise, we're just going to be sitting here waiting until next week, and on hardcore difficulty, the AI might outscale me. This is going to be a little bit risky, because I don't like fighting giant dragons. That said, we will see what I can do. We can try to draw a bunch of them toward me, so that they can start getting picked off bit by bit. They're flying units, so they're really fast. Okay, they do a lot of damage too. Lots of tiny little dragon things. My gate is doing a really good job of distracting a lot of their forces. We actually are picking these guys off surprisingly well. Well, I say that, there's the dragons. This is going to be a little bit painful, but as long as we win, and we did, it's okay, I guess. 17,000 XP, 5 Lords of the Pit. Yes, please. Let's get a bunch of that mana back. Now we're going to move on to blood warping. Okay, here we go. After combat, there is a chance that we will transform some of our basic creatures into elite creatures. Like, I don't know, dragons and super demons and stuff. So this is going to be phenomenal. We'll keep summoning basic units and keep turning them into better ones. In fact, I'll go ahead and just make this level 2 immediately. All right, let's go to a tunnel. Where are we? Hello, we're in a weird cold area. But there's things to conquer, and I found another player. Yeah, let's go steal their gold income. Oh, wait, there they are. They're easy. They've got 3 armies. Oh, this is my opportunity to absolutely feast upon them. I'm gonna love this. Hold on. Grab your gold, mine. Now we're gonna come down over here, and I'm gonna start fighting one of the other players, and I don't think that they were prepared for me at all. And as long as they're easy, I'll just keep getting a huge amount of extra troops so I can keep sustaining a push against their lands. This is beautiful. Yep, case in point, I don't think we lost a single unit, and we just wiped out that army. Not a ton of XP, but it's still 2 more Lords of the Pit. Gimme. We could get ourselves a bunch of skeletons just for a little bit of extra power. I don't really think I care about that. Let's just go ahead and take that. And now we can blood warp. Here we go. Turn a magmole into a horror, a much stronger unit that can inflict terror upon enemies. Yep, reshape the creatures. If we can keep doing that, and we can, we're about to start dominating. Yep, another 1,600 XP for me, another Lord of the Pit for me, a little bit of mana, another horror has been shaped. This guy is actually a lot stronger. I think this is their leading hero. But it's still only moderate difficulty, and if we can wipe them out, like, it's the beginning of a new week. They're not going to be able to replenish too many units very quickly. And we will just keep using Fire Trap as much as I need to draw a lot of their units directly into the fray so we can pick them off nice and easy. It also sets them on fire, I should mention, which is pretty helpful, so this is good. There we go, and now that we have picked off, I think they're range characters, I might be wrong on that, we can go ahead and jump back into the fray, and this pit is still distracting a ton of them. Look at this. Still haven't lost a single unit. We're going to, probably, but we haven't lost anything important. So if we can keep doing this, my God. Yep. We're starting to snowball, and this is on a pretty high difficulty too, by the way. Oh my gosh, not a single unit lost. This is what I'm talking about. That's 11,000 more XP. Oh, is that your city? I think that's your city. Let's get up over here and kill off this hero. If it is their city, they've got no walls, no meaningful defenses whatsoever. Oh, this is going to be absolutely just sad for all of you. Go forth, my legions! My pit lords keep summoning more freebies. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ooh, we can also start getting some ferals if I want to. They can just like straight out swallow enemies. But I think the Lords of the Pit have been doing really well for us. I'll just keep taking those. And I'm going to go into the city over here where it looks like I can just gain a free spell. Okay. Salt Shower, dispelling magical effects and stuff. Summon Thorn Giants. Salt Blast, Gigantism. Make units into giants. Well, that sounds hilarious. All right, now we're here. I don't think I really want this faction's stuff, so I'm going to convert this into a demon town. There we go. Now it is the Halls of Whipping. Let's get the Empire of Pyre over here. Another 1,000 gold per day, because gold is very quickly going to start becoming a bottleneck for me. And let's see what else is in my new kingdom. There's got to be some more points of interest that I can conquer. Yeah, like an undefended ore quarry and a sawmill. We might as well do this. Then we need to find some other players and start killing them too. Oh, okay, hold on. Another player just got vanquished. All right, so it looks like it's just me and one other group right now. Gotcha. And that looks like the tunnel that might lead to them. Maybe. Just a handful of wretched mummies left. They're running away. We lost a bunch of imps that I ate myself and one Lord of the Pit and 18,000 more XP. God, it's so good. All right, let's go ahead and summon a bunch of banshees. We haven't had any undead so far. Let's turn some Lords of the Pit into some prides, very strong demons. And what else do we want to do? I think we go straight into the tunnel and start looking for our enemy. Well, it's the beginning of a new week, so I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to get a lot of extra units and start attacking me. Hello, I found a caravan of a bunch of your guys. Let's just skip to the outcome. We'll just kill them. At this point, I don't feel like we're likely to lose too much. All right, follow the roads. Hey, look, a city. We should probably take that before anything else. Yeah, I see you got a bunch of units. Who cares? Take the city from them. It's almost undefended. Perfect. I think this is the Delirium faction, actually. This is like the Cult of Cthulhu guys. They're kind of fun. They're actually really not bad at all. But their cultists are no match for my demons. And if there's one thing I'm scared of, it's that the other player might break through a tunnel and start running rampage all through my own lands. That could very, very easily happen, but I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm guessing also that their other city must be this direction based on where their caravans are going. That is a lot of cultists. Wow, found them! They did break through! All right, see? And this is what I did not want to see. Now we have to find a way to get back, and quickly. I'm going to use Town Portal so that we can go to Tortura over here. Confirm. All right, my hero just got teleported over here. So while they may do some damage, they may even kill one of my heroes over here, we should be able to catch up with the force that I actually care about. And they're actually scary. They're moderate difficulty. What do you know? And yeah, actually using the teleporting, we should be able to catch right up to them. Boom. All right, here they are. So yeah, you got a lot of horrible Cthulhu-style horrors over here. Yeah, okay, well, I got unlimited units. Well, not quite unlimited, but almost unlimited units with my gates, so have fun over there. I'll just stick in a corner and just teleport over whoever I don't want to fight, which I guess will be all of you guys. Pop over here, please. There we go. Finish them off. Can we get some more? Yes. Let's pick up all of you and bring you over here, and then everyone go on the offense. Okay, they're summoning reinforcements, but I think they're mostly just garbage little cultists, so I don't really care. It's things like this giant Cyclops that bother me. I've definitely lost quite a few units out of this arrangement. Now we get to send some reinforcements of my own. Let's send in the, 21 Lords of the Pit. Well, as many as we can anyway, and that's as much as I can field. All right, send the rest to reserves. Go, go, go! Summon more folks! This is the problem with giant fights like this. We can only field so many units at a time. So you want to wipe them out as quick as you can before they can send in any reinforcements. And even if they do, you want to be able to pick them off one at a time. These cultists look like they're healing each other to me. I don't like that. Vulnerify all of them so we can finish them off faster, please. I've definitely taken quite a few losses, but this is the last big fight of the game, I think. And we certainly do appear to be winning. There we go. 27,000 more XP. I took quite a few losses, but nothing I can't recover from. I've still got all my Lords of the Pit. So that's just fine. Give me 7 more of them. Can't get 19 Banshees. I'm out of mana. Turn 7 Gluttons, little imps, into giant prides? Wow, what an upgrade. Now we start going back and reconquering all the stuff that I had to leave behind. And I think I found their capital city over here, too. All right, so they may cause a little bit more damage since I decided to go after them first. But if I can take out their cities, it's gonna be really hard for them to regenerate anything that matters. Still only lost about 5 units in total, fairly cheap ones. I lost a couple Lords of the Pit, never mind. 10,000 more XP for me. Get my mana back up there. Lion Gods. Sure, yeah, they're stronger. And that was apparently their last city and their last army, which means we just won. So actually, it looked like we weren't doing phenomenal for a lot of the game, but you can see once we started scaling, oh boy, did we start scaling. Now, Delirium is also a pretty darn fun and powerful faction, so they were doing pretty well for themselves until they ran into me. And then it was nothing but downhill from there. Perfect. But there we go. Overall, that only took about an hour or so. It really does play a lot like Heroes of Might and Magic, so if you loved that game, I do think this is something you may want to give a shot. And it's pretty darn fun. All the different factions are fairly unique, and you can imagine if mods are going to become a big part of this scene, there's going to be a lot of new heroes, a load of new factions, abilities, spells, units, etc. That could really change things up quite a lot. I think this is a pretty fun game. Once again, I want to say thank you to Goblins Publishing for sponsoring today's video. It's much appreciated, and I had a lot of fun with this game. It brings up a lot of really good memories. And of course, I want to remind each of you guys that if you like what you saw, well, the game is currently going to be 50% off for the week of December 11th. So if you guys want to give it a go, there's a link in the description down below, and now is the time to pick it up. Otherwise, go ahead and play with some mods if that's your thing. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this will grow for the game. In the meantime, please be sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy this video. It really does help. Leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.